Yeah.
Miss Danessa Myrick said, I am not done with you yet. Take another palette. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Miss Danessa Myrick launched her brand new Lightwork Volume 7 Freedom palette. This palette is a transformer. This palette has to be a Decepticon because there is no way that she's a good girl. She is not a good girl. She is the girl that will get you in trouble over and over and over again. And she doesn't even mean to get you in trouble. So in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new, well, new to me, Danessa Myrick's Lightwork Volume 7 Freedom palette. So if you want to see what it looks like on Darkskin and what we can do with this, then keep on watching. This is a Miss Danessa Myrick's Lightwork Volume 7 palette. It has 10 finishes and it blends surrealist color, grounded beauty, and texture. The crazy thing is, according to the website, brushes are optional because these palettes were made to be able to be used with your fingers, but with the way I am clumsy and the way my fingers are set up, I absolutely need a brush to be able to achieve a gorgeous, precise look. If I use my fingers, the shimmer shades are gonna end up on my chin. Okay, so it says that you can use this palette for your eyes, lips, cheek, and your face. But of course, anytime we see a palette like this, we immediately think eyeshadow, which is not a bad thing because it is an eyeshadow palette. The thing about Miss Danessa Myrick is she does not give you one single product for one single use. You're able to use all her products multiple different ways. This palette is like a transformer in the sense that you can break it down in every which way possible. The top part comes out and it is a mirror, and I have actually just used it to slay my face. The top part of the palette comes off. You can also take out each of the actual palette wells out of the palette without needing to like melt it and pull it out and all of that. There are 3 smaller palettes in the bigger palette, and in the bigger palette, the smaller palettes also come out individually. You can also pick up her other palettes and be able to mix and match those with this palette. If you don't want to travel with the individual palettes at all, you can just take everything out and use this as a palette well for her other products. But she definitely makes her products with artistry in mind. I picked up Defining Neutrals after a year of saying that I was going to pick it up. And as you can see, I just took out that palette well and I just placed it in here. It's back in its palette and I'm going to cover it and of course put the mirror on top of it. Okay, it is absolutely stunning. This specific palette comes with 4 Hyper Shine Metallics, 2 Velvet Chromes, 2 Foil Flakes, 2 Elastin Multi-Chrome, 2 Elastin Sheer, 1 Chrome Topper, and 5 Mattes. I will put the exact breakdown of the colors and the finishes somewhere on the screen and also link it down below so you can check it out. Each color has the name on the back so you can look at the name and see what kind of finish it is because it seems very complicated. For a single palette to have 10 different finishes, it's a lot of work to like put into a single palette for people to use, and that is what tells you that Miss Danessa Myrick loves her products. Like, she doesn't just give you an eyeshadow palette to give you an eyeshadow palette. She gives you an eyeshadow palette that will give you 10 different finishes. Did you even know that eyeshadows come in 10 different finishes? I'm excited to show you what I can do with this palette, so let's go ahead and jump into some swatches and into the tutorial on how I achieved this eye look. Actually, I'm using the Morphe Solo Artist as my base. I don't have anything on my eyes. I'm using it both as my eyeshadow primer and my eyeshadow base. Okay, I don't have a lot of time to demo this palette, which is like killing me, but these are the shades that come in the palette, and if I tell you the camera is not doing this any justice, the camera is not doing this any justice. So I'm actually going to show you what it looks like using my phone because I feel like I can capture the shifts in the shades a lot better than I can show them to you, okay? But these are all the shades in the palette, and I have also actually used this palette and I love how it goes on so smoothly. All these shades have different finishes, and if you can see the shift is not coming through. And this shade right here, it's not gold. You're seeing gold, it's not gold. It reflects green. It reflects the most gorgeous green. And this one has this dual chrome situation going on. I also have to take my kid to a dentist appointment, so I don't want to show up in full glam. I mean, I'm gonna be full glam whether I want to or not. I'm going in with this shade. This is like the gray shade in the palette, and because my base is slightly cooler. I think it works. I'm going to place that shade in my crease and we're just gonna blend it out. It's gonna be gorgeous. These mattes are described as true to color, so even after you blend it out, it's still going to remain gray. So you don't have to worry about it breaking down into like a black shade, like a shade that you didn't really want. It's going to stay the same shade. I'm just going to blow it out a little bit because I want it to be slightly smoky, but not too much. I'm just blowing it up into my brow area, but not like taking the actual shadow all the way to my brows, okay? It's going to be stunning. I love a good smoky, cool, gray tone eyeshadow look for the holidays. It just does it. It looks so elegant, so sultry. I love it. I love a good cool tone eyeshadow shade. Okay, so next we're going into this black shade. And as much as I want to keep the black in my crease, and it is going to stay in my crease, you have to be careful because black is very easy to where it can overtake your look any given moment, okay? So I'm taking a very small blending brush and I will look down into my palette and keep that black in my crease, blow it out past my crease, okay? It has to stay in my crease. And I know I said I don't want to create like a full glam look because I have to go to a dentist appointment with my son, but honey, the palette is going to give full glam. There's no other way to use this palette but in full glam mode, okay? And yes, I'm keeping the black directly in the crease. Tapping back into our gray, I will use it to blend the outer edges because I made a mistake and blended that black a little too high. Okay, I'm using the black to create like a little wing situation, but really I feel like this palette is just its own entity. Like there's no right or wrong way to wear this palette. The first time I use this palette, I used this shade. So today I'm going to be using this shade. It's like, I'll take this shade. It's the one right next to that gold looking shade. When you swatch it, the one that reflects kind of gold and kind of green, that's the one I'm using. And I'm putting it on the eyes. The thing I noticed about this palette is you just have to press the shimmer shades down. It doesn't need a wet base to stick and look good. You just have to press it down and drag it and it stays, okay? I'm just gonna do that. Look down and work it onto my skin. Ooh, honey. This looks so good. I want it to be in the crease as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing. No wet base. And it just went on like a dream. Okay, let's do on the other eye. Let's see. Let me show you one more time. Look. Okay, I have a warning when it comes to this light work volume 7. You cannot, okay, you absolutely cannot, you cannot go into it anyhow. You have to take your time because if you move too fast, you might hurt yourself. Okay, we're going into the very silver shade, this one. And I want to put it in the inner corner. It's almost like a glittery kind of a shade. Ooh. Ooh, what have I done? Wow, wow, wow. This is stunning. Going back into the gray shade, we're going to use it to blend into our first shimmer shade because we don't want any gaps and we also want it to look as seamless as possible. Okay, we're taking some of the black shade and we're definitely going to blend it on the lower lash line by looking up. I'm glammed up. Okay, we're going in the waterline with a MAC black eyeliner. I have to go. My time is up. The time has ran out and I have to go, so we're gonna leave it here. This is an interesting review. So it's now 1:16, but I have to go, so I'm gonna leave my face and everything here. I'm not even going to set with setting spray, and I'll come back so we can finish everything. I will do the lashes and I will finish everything. Okay, life of a mama, you know, life of a mama. This is what the palette looks like outside, like in real life. It's literally given Jamaican flag, and you would never have thought this palette would give you this much color in, like, by looking at it. Never would have thought I would get this much color out of it. We're back. That was not a quick trip, but we also didn't do everything we were supposed to do because in about 30 minutes, the rest of the kids will be here and I don't want to have them not be able to get in, okay? So we have to rush back so we can finish this. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of this shade. God, it looks different in the pan. When I turn like this, it looks purple. On camera, this shade is only showing up as purple, but in reality, when I look at it on the sideways, it's giving me green. Like, do you see it now? It looks it still looks purple to you. Interesting. So I said I was gonna put that in my, yeah, I'm gonna put that shade just in my inner corner. So this is the finished look of me using the Denisa Myricks Lightwork Volume 7 palette. I have traveled with this palette. I was actually gonna film a bunch of content with it for you when we went to Jamaica. I was supposed to review this in Jamaica, doing different eye looks for different days, but when we got there, the way the situation played out, I was only able to use this palette one time. Now let me know down below in the comments what you think about the eye look that we were able to create with it. The palette is gorgeous, absolutely versatile, and we actually have matte shades in here, so you don't really need to use a different palette to complement it. That's it for me showing you the Denisa Myricks Lightworks Volume 7. Let me know down below in the comments if you've picked it up. If you have picked it up, which shade is your favorite? If you haven't yet picked it up, which shade did you see convince you that you should absolutely be looking into this palette? Okay, I will link everything I used in this video right here, so definitely check that view products tag. If it's not there, I will link it down below in the description box. The links are going to be affiliated, so anytime you click on it and you buy from it, you're going to be supporting this channel. Thank you. I would really like for you to hype up this video. There's a hype button down there, so hype up my video. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, subscribe so you can see my future uploads and turn on your notifications so you can get notified when I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Tell him, bro.
Yeah. I'm staring in the mirror at the only one I trust. Been down on my luck, so when you see me now I'm up. I'm fresh up out that mud. I'm a diamond in the